like brunettes? Do you like lilacs? And the answer was yes.
Josh likes it.
So your family is going to be up because there's an upheaval this season, starting off things off. I know you're only partially one episode in filming. What can you really tell us about where their journey is going to be as a family right now with Emma and Henry?
Well, we're starting in the red, as it were. I think that these characters have gone from being terribly unreasonable in the height of their standards to accidentally pushing their daughter into the exact opposite direction in trying to prevent that from happening. And I think they've revealed themselves to be capable of being incredible hypocrites. And so I believe we're starting in a much more human and flawed place, which is great fun to play. And it is going to make it, I think, harder for them. I mean, their journey this season is going to be holding themselves together and pulling the darkness from Emma, of course, and figuring out how to do that. They were partially responsible for having it planted there or ignited it in her. And I think that the crumbling of their self-definition is going to make that more difficult. It's going to put a strain on their relationship, for sure. And also we have to go after her, like, where is she? Exactly. Yeah. So there's also like the logistics of...
Gotta find her. Is she in Camelot? Who knows? Is she in Fairy Tale Land? Who knows? We'll find her.
I will always find you. Can I just say, the whole rehearsal, you were brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
I absolutely loved it. And you were like, I will always find you. I will always find you for what? Your Majesty, that was so incredible.
That was fun. I don't think he loved me beating up on him every day. Yeah. I had a great time.
It's just like a
Yeah, totally joking.
I'm joking.
Do you think that is Regina and Snow, do you think they'll work together?
I hope so. Those are some of my favorite scenes. Yeah. Are when those two women come together. And I think I've realized they're a lot more similar than they are different. Yeah. And I think that they could, girl power out.
Definitely. Well, we think Henry's role is going to be this season because he is the author, but he also wrote the film. And
that's going to be an issue.
He spent such a long time trying to convince Emma of her goodness and she was the savior. What do you think his role is going to be within the family dynamic and on his own?
Good question.
That's a good question. I don't know. He's a clever kid, and he's got. I don't know.
It's such a good question.
Yeah, I don't know.
You really did.
Yeah, I don't. It's going to be.
Boys will have.
His role is going to be very important, of course, and he's going to be able to.
He's coming from a more mature place, which is going to. Every season he obviously matures because we really did start out with a kid, and we really are now working with a young man. And I think that his responsibilities will become greater and greater.
He's obviously going to be able to be a great help in terms of his father or mother in some way. I don't know how, but he's going to be a great help and an important component.
And he's actually, I feel like he's probably, correct me if I'm wrong, in terms of like what we were talking about with our characters having impossibly high standards and the pressure under which we raise the generations and everything. He makes the best, most well-rounded choices. Like the reasons that contributed to his breaking the quill, like exhibited a maturity the rest of us don't have. Like a real selflessness that I don't think the rest of us have.
Well, we first saw Snow some of her darkness back in the Cora's death story arc. Do you like exploring that side of her?
Oh, I love it. Well, because anytime we give the princess a little crack in the veneer, I think that it's more fun for me to play. That I think that it makes her more relatable. For an iconic character, that's an incredible feat. These writers are brilliant that they're able to do it.
Yeah, I was going to ask a little bit about that same thing with Snow. Part of it, like Princess mode and stuff. We talked a little bit about like having to do some of like the physical things that they have to do and the archery in a sense?
It is not natural for me in any way. Like the extent of my being physical was always like ballet dancing. And it's funny because whenever I'm completely pooped or like sopping wet, and, like crying in the snow, you know, people say, and I don't think I'm actually a complainer at all, but occasionally people will pipe in with like, you signed up for this, and I'm like, actually, when they pitched me the show, Snow White wasn't even allowed to hold a sword. And I was super psyched when they changed their minds during the pilot and decided to make these women badasses, because they are now the women that, should we have a little girl someday, I would want her to emulate any of these women. Flaws and all, and I love that they're all these like modern feminist, you know, ass kickers. But as far as the the physicality of the role is, it's a little tough on me. But I am an amazing stunt double named Maya, and I think they gave up. Like, you know, first season the boys called me, Eddie and Adam called me, and they said, "Hey, we want you to watch some movies." And I was like, "Ooh, what? Like character motivation? What is it that you want me to watch?" And they were like, "Well, we want you to watch Angelina Jolie and Tom Cruise run." And I said, "What's wrong with my running?" And they said, "Could you please just watch how they run?" And then I watched how I run, and it's like I'm afraid of the ground. But it's like I did ballet for 17 years, really.
Yeah.
But so now Maya runs.
I think some of your bloopers showed some of the. Okay.
I mean, I actually like the fact that, you know, there was a lot of layers involved in that emotionally.
Yes.
Connected to daughter and everything. Are we going to see more of that? You know,
I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope so. I'm not quite sure what they have in store, but I know they love her and we love her, and that storyline is beloved.
Yeah, I don't think we'll kind of visit that
Right the second,
the first half of the season, but maybe the second half. I mean, we've got Camelot to go to, and we've got a daughter who's got. They always have flashbacks. Always.
Well,
So,